When I looked at the data, I was really quite alarmed by how few black female professors there are. So there are just 25 in the most recent figures, compared to over 4,000 white female professors, for example. I spoke to UK black female professors who are currently employed at a higher education institution. What was their journey to professorship? How many times did they apply for promotion? Were they successful? Were they not successful? And what was that like? Respondents talked about noticing their white counterparts applying and being successful for roles despite having less experience or qualifications than they did themselves. They also spoke about making the effort to apply themselves but being unsuccessful, and often the feedback that they then secured didn't give them constructive criticism about what they might improve on a further attempt. Respondents spoke of the strategies that they made use of to demonstrate their knowledge in order to mitigate against any challenges or pushback over preparing for meetings, feeling that you need to work harder than your white counterparts to be taken as seriously as your white counterparts. But I think also what was really quite profound and painful were the series of accounts about bullying and everyday forms of racism. These are accounts that when respondents attempted to explain them to their colleagues or peers or line managers, by and large were not met with understanding or support. As a result of the research, I've made 21 recommendations to institutions and to higher education bodies, really to take a wholesale review of how we understand issues of race and bullying within the sector. The sector regards it as sufficient just to have statements on equality and diversity, and what my findings show quite clearly is that those statements aren't enough. Black female professors that I spoke with had a series of tips and guidance for future generations coming up through the sector. Some of them are specifically in response to the barriers that they continue to face, and those do need to be addressed first. Some of the things that they really emphasised were around self-care. Others spoke about the importance of having a coach or a mentor, and indeed I have a coach. Others spoke, for example, about the importance of networks to combat feelings of isolation that many of them described as pervasive in the sector.